Peace can only come as a natural consequence of universal enlightenment. Our entire biological system, the brain, and the earth itself work on the same frequencies. Antisocial behavior is a trait of intelligence in a world full of conformists. Of all the frictional resistances, the one that most retards human movement is ignorance. Be alone. That is the secret of invention. Be alone. That is when ideas are born. Our senses enable us to perceive only a minute portion of the outside world. Misunderstandings are always caused by the lack of capacity to respect mutual opinion. I could only achieve success in my life through self-discipline, and I applied it until my wish and will became one. I don't regret that others stole my ideas. I am sorry they don't have their own. Inventors don't have time for married life. Practically all the great achievements of man until now have been inspired by his love and devotion to woman. Intelligent people tend to have less friends than the average person. The smarter you are, the more selective you become. Crystals are living beings at the beginning of creation. Every living being is an engine geared to the willwork of the universe. Most certainly, some planets are not inhabited, but others are. And among these, there must exist life under all conditions and phases of development. If you want to find the secrets of the universe, think in terms of energy, frequency, and vibration. The day science begins to study non-physical phenomena, it will make more progress in 1 decade than all the previous centuries of its existence. The scientists of today think deeply instead of clearly. One must be sane to think clearly, but one can think deeply and be quite insane. My brain is only a receiver. In the universe, there is a core from which we obtain knowledge, strength, and inspiration. I have not penetrated into the secrets of this core, but I know that it exists. The present is theirs. The future, for which I really worked, is mine. I do not think there is any thrill that can go through the human heart like that felt by the inventor as he sees some creation of the brain unfolding to success. Such emotions make a man forget food, sleep, friends, love, everything. Our virtues and our failings are inseparable, like force and matter. When they separate, man is no more. What one man calls God, another calls the laws of physics. If you only knew the magnificence of the 3, 6, and 9, then you would have the key to the universe. The gift of mental powers comes from God, divine being, and if we concentrate our minds on that truth, we become in tune with this great power. My mother had taught me to seek all truth in the Bible. Most persons are so absorbed in the contemplation of the outside world that they are wholly oblivious to what is passing on within themselves. As I review the events of my past life, I realize how subtle are the influences that shape our destinies. It is not in the shallow, physical imitation of men that women will assert first their equality and later their superiority, but in the awakening of the intellect of women. There is something within me that might be illusion, as it is often the case with young delighted people. But if I would be fortunate to achieve some of my ideals, it would be on the behalf of the whole of humanity. A new idea must not be judged by its immediate results. Instinct is something which transcends knowledge. We have, undoubtedly, certain finer fibers that enable us to perceive truths when logical deduction, or any other willful effort of the brain, is futile. One's salvation could only be brought about through his own efforts. Let one concentrate all his energies in one single great effort. Let him perceive a single truth, even though he be consumed by the sacred fire, then millions of less gifted men can easily follow. The idea of atomic energy is illusionary, but it has taken so powerful a hold on the minds that although I have preached against it for 25 years, there are still some who believe it to be realizable. Science is but a perversion of itself, unless it has as its ultimate goal the betterment of humanity. Man has aspired to great things because some woman believed in him, because he wished to command her admiration and respect. For these reasons, he has fought for her and risked his life and his all for her time and time again. Our first endeavors are purely instinctive, promptings of an imagination vivid and undisciplined. As we grow older, reason asserts itself and we become more and more systematic and designing. I was merely an automaton, endowed with power of movement, responding to the stimuli of sense organs and thinking and acting accordingly. I had admired the works of artists, but to my mind, they were only shadows and semblances. The inventor, I thought, gives to the world creations which are palpable, which live and work. Merciless is the law of nature, and rapidly and irresistibly we are drawn to our doom. From childhood, I was compelled to concentrate attention upon myself. This caused me much suffering, but to my present view, it was a blessing in disguise, for it has taught me to appreciate the inestimable value of introspection and the preservation of life, as well as a means of achievement. All of these years of my service towards mankind did not bring me nothing but assaults and humiliations. I am filled with conviction that the interests of humanity would be best served if the United States remained true to its traditions and kept out of entangling alliances. An expensive instrument, not bigger than a watch, will enable its bearer to hear anywhere, on sea or land, music or song, the speech of a political leader, the address of an eminent man of science, or the sermon of an eloquent clergyman, delivered in some other place, however distant.